Why can men grow thick beards while going completely bald on top? The answer reveals the shocking root cause of hair loss and the natural solution that could restore your hair without pharmaceutical side effects. What I'm about to share changes everything. Welcome to Health Horizon. I'm Dr. Thomas. How is it possible to grow abundant facial hair while losing all the hair on your scalp? This is androgenic pattern baldness, and it follows a predictable pattern. Men lose hair from the crown and top. Women experience thinning across the scalp, particularly through the top. The same person can have thick growth in one area and complete baldness in another. This tells us something crucial: the problem is location-specific, not systemic, the hair follicle factory. Each hair grows from a follicle, a sophisticated biological factory in your scalp. This isn't just a hole in your skin, it's a complete manufacturing facility requiring enormous amounts of oxygen and packed with mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of your cells. When this factory shuts down, your hair stops growing. Understanding why that happens is the key to reversal, the hormone problem. As we age, testosterone naturally declines in both men and women. But something counterintuitive happens: a more potent form called D8 dihydrotestosterone often increases. Your body converts testosterone into D8 through a specific enzyme. While we need some D8 for normal function, excessive amounts destroy hair follicles. Most pharmaceutical treatments block this conversion. They work, but they often cause loss of libido and erectile dysfunction because they block D8 throughout your entire body. The damage cascade: when D8 accumulates excessively in your scalp, it triggers a destructive process. First, oxygen delivery to follicles decreases, creating hypoxia, cellular oxygen starvation. This causes inflammation. Your body responds by creating scar tissue around the follicle. As scar tissue accumulates, the follicle becomes permanently damaged. The scalp becomes shiny. That characteristic shine is visible scar tissue. The follicle factory has shut down. The real root cause: many assume this is purely genetic. Genetics do influence D8 receptor sensitivity, but genetics load the gun. Lifestyle pulls the trigger. I'm 60 with a full head of hair. I've seen men decades younger with complete baldness. So what's the real driver? The primary cause of excessive D8 is insulin resistance. When you're insulin resistant, you produce more of the enzyme that converts testosterone to D8. Additionally, insulin resistance impairs liver function, preventing proper hormone regulation. This elevates free testosterone, which converts to even more D8. It's a vicious cycle stemming from metabolic dysfunction. The environmental solution: here's where conventional thinking fails. Most treatments focus solely on blocking D8, inhibiting one enzyme or reducing one hormone. The real solution is restoring the follicle environment. Consider hair transplants. Surgeons don't transplant individual hairs, they transplant entire follicles. Why? Because the follicle is the environment, the ecosystem. Without the right environment, nothing grows. We're not just fighting D8, we're rebuilding the entire biological system that allows hair growth: mechanical stimulation. One of the most effective overlooked therapies is mechanical scalp stimulation. You need to wake dormant stem cells, break down scar tissue, and stimulate circulation. Think about farming before planting. Farmers till soil so water and oxygen can penetrate. Your scalp needs the same treatment. The most effective method is microneedling. Tiny needles create controlled micro-injuries in your scalp. This triggers your body's healing response. Blood flow increases, stem cells activate, growth factors flood the area. Compacted, scarred tissue begins regenerating. You're tilling the soil of your scalp, creating conditions for regrowth. Light therapy: hair follicles need enormous energy. When mitochondria malfunction, the factory shuts down. Red and near-infrared light therapy, 630-850 nanometers, restores mitochondrial function. The light penetrates tissue and restores cellular energy production. The follicle factory comes back online. Combining microneedling with red light therapy creates optimal conditions for regrowth. Natural D8 reduction: most medications block the enzyme creating D8. Rogaine is different. It dilates blood vessels, increasing circulation and oxygen delivery. Natural compounds mimic these effects. Rosemary oil is exceptional. It improves circulation, reduces D8, decreases inflammation, and protects mitochondria. Multiple benefits without systemic hormone disruption. Other natural D8 inhibitors include saw palmetto, pumpkin seed oil, egg from green tea, peppermint oil, and zinc. Critical nutrients. Two nutrients are absolutely essential: zinc and vitamin D. These stimulate stem cells and activate follicle growth factors. Without adequate levels, external therapy won't produce optimal results. I recommend at least 10,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily and 30-40 milligrams of zinc. The optimal meal, the single best. Meal for hair health. Liver beef or chicken contains highly bioavailable heme iron, zinc, copper, selenium, and trace minerals essential for hair growth. Onions rich in quercetin, a powerful anti-inflammatory supporting scalp health. Sauerkraut provides around 700 milligrams of vitamin C per half cup, plus over 600 phytonutrients that reduce DAT and support growth while fortifying gut health. Pumpkin seeds rich in magnesium and trace minerals. Pumpkin seed oil acts as a natural DAT inhibitor. This single meal addresses nearly every nutritional requirement for optimal hair growth. The foundation: none of these therapies will produce lasting results unless you address the foundational problem: insulin resistance. This started the cascade. Elevated insulin drives excessive DAT production, impairs liver function, creates inflammation, and damages mitochondria. You can apply rosemary oil, do microneedling, use red light therapy, and take supplements. But if you remain insulin resistant, you're fighting an uphill battle. Fix metabolic health, and everything else becomes exponentially more effective. The complete protocol, your complete natural hair restoration protocol. First, reverse insulin resistance through low carbohydrate, nutrient-dense whole foods. Second, ensure adequate zinc and vitamin D through supplementation and foods like liver. Third, use natural DAT inhibitors like rosemary oil, saw palmetto, or pumpkin seed oil. Fourth, implement microneedling for mechanical stimulation. Fifth, use red or near-infrared light therapy to restore mitochondrial function. Sixth, consume hair-supporting meals, liver with onions, sauerkraut, and pumpkin seeds. This isn't about blocking one hormone. It's about creating an environment where hair thrives. Again, everything I've shared depends on one factor: reversing insulin resistance. This foundation determines whether any hair restoration therapy succeeds or fails. I've created a comprehensive video walking you through exactly how to reverse insulin resistance step by step. You'll find it linked in the description below. If you're serious about regrowing hair naturally, that video is essential viewing. Subscribe to Health Horizon and hit that notification bell for evidence-based health information addressing root causes instead of just managing symptoms. Your hair loss isn't inevitable. With the right approach, you can restore those dormant follicles and regrow your hair without pharmaceutical side effects. This is Dr. Thomas with Health Horizon. Take action on this information, and I'll see you in the next video.